February 14, 2000. Valentine's Day. 3 a.m. Middle of the night. A massive storm is hitting North Carolina. Thunder, lightning, heavy rain, winds so strong they're knocking down trees. And a 9-year-old girl named Asha Degree gets out of bed, gets dressed, packs her backpack and walks out of her house. Into the storm. Into the darkness. Alone. Multiple witnesses see her walking down Highway 18. A child. In the middle of a thunderstorm. At 3 in the morning. One driver nearly hits her. He swerves. Back. She's running into the woods. That was 24 years ago. Asha Degree has never been found. But here's what makes this case absolutely impossible to explain. Asha was terrified of storms. He was terrified of the dark. She never disobeyed her parents. She had no reason to leave. So why did she walk out into the worst storm of the year? What makes a 9-year-old leave a warm, safe house to walk alone into a thunderstorm at 3 a.m.? And where is she? Because 18 months after she vanished, construction workers find her backpack. Buried. Wrapped in plastic. Hidden 30 miles from where she disappeared. Someone took her backpack and buried it. Which means someone knows what happened to Asha Degree. And one piece of evidence found in that backpack changes everything we thought we knew about why she left. This is the story of a mystery so strange, so impossible, that 24 years later, investigators still can't explain it. February 13, 2000. The day before Asha vanished. Let's start here because understanding what happened that day matters. Asha Degree lives in Shelby, North Carolina, a small town about 40 miles west of Charlotte. She's 9 years old. 4th grade student at Falston Elementary School. She lives with her parents Harold and Aquila Degree, and her 10-year-old brother O'Brien. The Degree family is close-knit. Religious. The kind of family where everyone knows everyone's schedule. Asha and her brother share a bedroom. The house is small, tight, the kind of place where you can hear everything that happens. February 13th is a Sunday. The family attends church in the morning. After church, Asha has a basketball game. She plays for a local youth league. She's not the best player on the team, but she tries hard. Her parents are always there watching. This particular game doesn't go well. Asha's team loses. During the game, Asha makes some mistakes. Missed shots. Turnovers. Nothing terrible, just normal kid stuff. But Asha takes it hard. She's upset after the game. Her parents try to cheer her up. Tell her it's okay, everyone has bad games. She seems to accept it. They go home. The family has dinner together. Asha does her homework. She and her brother play for a bit. Everything is completely normal. There's no argument. No tension. No indication anything is wrong. Around 8 p.m., Asha takes a bath and gets ready for bed. Her father tucks her in. Says goodnight. She seems fine. Maybe a little quiet, still thinking about the basketball game, but nothing alarming. Asha shares a bedroom with her brother O'Brien. They have bunk beds. Asha sleeps on the bottom bunk. Their room is small with one door leading to the hallway. Their parents' bedroom is right across the hall, maybe 10 feet away. Around 9 p.m. the power goes out. The storm has knocked down power lines throughout the area. This is common in North Carolina during bad weather. The family isn't worried. They have flashlights and candles. Harold Degree checks on the kids. Both children are in their beds, settling down to sleep. Between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Harold and Aquila go to bed themselves. They leave their bedroom door open. They can hear the storm outside. Wind, rain, thunder that shakes the house. Around midnight, Harold gets up to use the bathroom. He checks on the kids. Both are asleep in their beds. He can see them in the dim light from the hallway. Asha is in her bottom bunk, O'Brien above her. Everything is fine. Harold goes back to bed. Around 2:30 a.m. O'Brien wakes up. He hears the storm. He's a little scared, so he gets out of bed and goes to his parents' room. He climbs into bed with them. This isn't unusual. Kids do this during storms. Harold and Aquila don't think anything of it. O'Brien falls back asleep between them. Nobody checks on Asha. Why would they? She's asleep in her bed. The house is locked. There's a massive storm outside. Where would she go? 5:30 a.m. Aquila wakes up. It's Monday morning. School day. Time to get the kids ready. She goes to their bedroom to wake them up. O'Brien is in her bed, so she looks for Asha. The bottom bunk is empty. Aquila calls for her. Checks the bathroom. Checks the living room. Nothing. He wakes Harold. They search the house. The small house. Every room, every closet, every space a child could hide. Asha is not in the house. Harold runs outside. It's still dark. Still raining. He checks the yard, the street, the neighbors' yards. He's calling her name. Nothing. They check the house again. This is when they notice something. The front door is unlocked. It wasn't forced open. No damage. Just unlocked. But here's the thing. Asha Degree is meticulous about locking the house at night. Every night before bed he checks all the doors and windows. This is his routine. He did it on February 13th just like always. Which means someone unlocked the door from the inside. And the only person missing is Asha. Harold and Aquila call the police. It's around 6 a.m. now. Cleveland County Sheriff's Office responds immediately. When a child is missing, every minute matters. Deputies arrive. They interview the parents. They search the house thoroughly. They examine Asha's room. Her bed doesn't look slept in, but it's hard to tell. Some of her clothes are missing. Her book bag, the one she takes to school, is gone. Her coat is missing. On paper this makes no sense. Children like Asha do not leave home like this. Ever. Police immediately organize a search. Volunteers from the community show up. Hundreds of people combing through the neighborhood, checking every yard, every abandoned building, every possible place a child could be. Search dogs are brought in. They pick up Asha's scent. The dogs track her scent from the house south along Highway 18. This is a rural two-lane highway that runs past the Degree home. The dogs follow the scent for about a mile and a half before losing it. This is critical. The dogs confirm Asha walked along Highway 18. She wasn't carried. She walked on her own. But why would she walk along a highway in the middle of a storm at 3 in the morning? The first 24 hours, police believe this is a runaway situation. Maybe Asha was more upset about the basketball game than anyone realized. Maybe she had problems at school. Maybe she just wanted to run away for a bit and planned to come back. But that theory starts to fall apart when witnesses come forward. A truck driver named Jeff Rupp contacts police. He was driving south on Highway 18 around 3:45 a.m. on February 14th. The storm was intense. Visibility was terrible. He's driving slowly, carefully. Then in his headlights he sees something that doesn't make sense. A small figure walking along the side of the road. At first he thinks he's seeing things. But no, it's definitely there. A child. Walking south along the highway. Rupp is shocked. What is a kid doing out here? He slows down thinking maybe the child needs help. But as his truck approaches, the figure moves quickly off the road and into the tree line. Rupp keeps driving. He assumes it's probably a small adult, maybe a teenager. He doesn't think much more about it until he hears about Asha being missing. Then he calls police immediately. A second witness comes forward. Harold Jarrett. He was also driving on Highway 18 that night around 4 a.m. Same area, maybe a quarter mile south of where Rupp saw the figure. Jarrett sees the same thing. A small person walking along the highway. But Jarrett gets a better look. He's certain it's a child wearing white or light-colored clothing. When the child sees his car approaching, she runs. Not walks. Runs. Straight into the woods on the east side of the highway. Jarrett is concerned enough that he turns his car around and drives back to the spot. He gets out, calls into the woods. No response. He searches with his flashlight for a few minutes but can't find anyone. The storm is too intense. Eventually he gives up and leaves. When he hears about Asha Degree missing, he immediately realizes what he saw. He calls police. 2 independent witnesses. Same highway. Same time frame. Both see a child matching Asha's description walking alone in a storm. Both see the child run into the woods when approached. This changes everything. Asha didn't just leave her house. She walked over a mile in a thunderstorm in the dark, alone. And when people tried to help her, she ran away from them. Police now focus their search on the area where the witnesses saw her. The woods on the east side of Highway 18. This is heavily wooded rural land. Dense trees, underbrush, small creeks. Difficult terrain even in good weather. Searchers comb through these woods for days. They find nothing. No trace of Asha. No footprints, no torn clothing, nothing. But then 3 days after she disappeared, February 17th, searchers make a discovery. In a shed near the area where Asha was last seen, they find items. The shed is an old storage building on a property about half a mile from the highway. It's not locked, just an old shed that hasn't been used in years. Inside, searchers find candy wrappers, the specific brands of candy Asha liked. They find a pencil and marker that her family identifies as hers. They find a Mickey Mouse hairbow that Asha owned. But here's what's strange. These items are arranged almost neatly. Not scattered. Not dropped in panic. Place. It's as if Asha stopped in this shed, ate some candy, and left some of her things behind. But why? Was she resting? Hiding? Meeting someone? The shed discovery tells investigators something important. Asha made it off the highway through the woods to this shed. She was alive at that point. She had her backpack with her because the items came from it. But after the shed, the trail goes completely cold. No more sightings. No more evidence. Nothing. Where did she go from there? At this point, investigators are running out of logic. Every normal explanation has failed. Police interview everyone in the area. Every homeowner, every person who drives that route regularly, every worker at nearby businesses. They're looking for anyone who might have seen something, might know something. They investigate Asha's family thoroughly. In missing child cases, statistically, family members are often involved. Police examine Harold and Aquila's backgrounds, their finances, their relationships. They interview extended family members. They look for any sign of abuse, any motive. They find nothing. Harold and Asha Degree are devastated parents. No criminal history. No financial problems. No evidence of abuse or neglect. Their story is consistent. They pass polygraph tests. They cooperate fully with investigators. Police look at Asha's school records, talk to her teachers, her classmates, her basketball coaches. Everyone describes Asha the same way. Quiet. Obedient. A good student. No behavioral problems. No signs of trouble at home or school. She had friends but not a large social circle. She wasn't rebellious. She wasn't the type of kid who would sneak out. Her teachers say she seemed happy, well-adjusted, normal. So what happened? This is where most missing child cases would end. No suspects. No leads. Case goes cold. But what comes next changes everything. 18 months pass. February 14, 2000 to August 3, 2001. 18 months of searching. 18 months of dead ends. 18 months of Asha's parents holding vigils, giving interviews, begging for information. Nothing. August 3, 2001. Construction workers are preparing to build a new housing development in Burke County, North Carolina. This is about 30 miles north of where Asha disappeared. Completely different area. One of the workers is clearing brush and debris when his shovel hits something. A bag. Wrapped in black plastic trash bags. He pulls it out. Inside the black plastic there's another bag. A book bag. A child's backpack. The worker opens it. Inside there are items with Asha Degree's name on them. The worker immediately calls police. Investigators arrive and carefully process the scene. The backpack was buried deliberately. Multiple layers of plastic. Buried about a foot underground. Not tossed aside. Not hidden quickly. Buried with intention. Inside the backpack, investigators find several items. Some of Asha's clothes. A library book checked out from her school library. Family photos. The items are in remarkably good condition considering they've been buried for over a year. But here's the critical detail. Also in the backpack is a t-shirt that doesn't belong to Asha. It's not her size. It doesn't match any clothing the family remembers her owning. The shirt has a photo printed on it. The photo shows a person the Degree family doesn't recognize. This shirt becomes crucial evidence. Someone gave this shirt to Asha, or it was placed in her backpack. But who? And when? The backpack discovery changes the entire investigation. Up until this point, this looked like a tragic disappearance. After this discovery, it becomes something else entirely. Someone took Asha's backpack. Someone kept it for months. Someone then drove 30 miles from where she disappeared and buried it. And someone put that unknown t-shirt in the backpack. Which means someone knows exactly what happened to Asha Degree. Police re-examine everything. They bring in FBI assistance. They expand the investigation to cover the area where the backpack was found. They look for connections between Shelby and Burke County. Who travels between these areas regularly? Who would have reason to be in both places? They interview hundreds of people again. Run background checks on anyone who had contact with Asha. Check sex offender registries. Look at every possible angle. Years pass. The case receives national media attention. America's Most Wanted features it. Nancy Grace covers it. Dateline does a special. Asha's face is everywhere. Tips pour in. Thousands of tips. Police follow up on every single one. People claim they saw her in different states. Someone says they saw a girl matching her description at a truck stop in Tennessee. Another person reports seeing her in South Carolina. None of the sightings check out. In 2016, 16 years after Asha disappeared, the FBI announces they're offering a reward of $25,000 for information. They release new age progression photos showing what Asha might look like as a teenager, as a young woman. The investigation has never stopped. To this day, it remains open and active. This is the part investigators still argue about. Some investigators believe Asha was groomed by someone she knew. Maybe a teacher, a coach, a family friend. Someone who gained her trust over time. Someone who convinced her to meet them that night. This would explain why she left voluntarily. It would explain why she had her backpack packed. But it creates a contradiction. If someone was grooming Asha, they would pick an easy night. A calm night. Why would they choose the worst storm of the year? That makes the plan exponentially more dangerous and less likely to succeed. It also doesn't explain why Asha ran from the truck drivers who tried to help her. If she was meeting someone she trusted, why run from potential rescuers? Other investigators think Asha was lured out by someone who knew her schedule, knew the family's routine. Someone who told her to meet them at a specific place. The shed maybe. But again, the storm creates problems. And why would Asha agree to meet someone at 3 in the morning? Some believe it was completely random. Wrong place, wrong time. Maybe Asha left for an innocent reason. Maybe she was sleepwalking or confused, and a predator happened to be driving down Highway 18 at exactly the wrong moment. Saw an opportunity. Took it. But the backpack being buried 18 months later suggests planning. Suggests someone who kept evidence for over a year before deciding to dispose of it. That's not the behavior of an opportunistic predator. That's the behavior of someone methodical. Here's another angle that investigators have considered. Maybe Asha was running away from something, not to something. Maybe something happened at home that scared her. But her parents have been investigated exhaustively. There's no evidence of abuse. No evidence of trauma. Her brother O'Brien, who shared a room with her, has never indicated anything was wrong. And if she was running away from danger at home, why take the time to pack a bag? Why not just run to a neighbor's house? This is where logic breaks. After 24 years, investigators still don't know why Asha left her house that night. But they do know some things with certainty. They know Asha left her house between 12:30 a.m., when her father last saw her, and 2:30 a.m., when her brother got into their parents' bed. That's a 2-hour window. They know she walked along Highway 18 for at least a mile and a half. Multiple witnesses confirm this. They know she was alive and had her backpack when she reached the shed. The items found there prove it. They know someone took her backpack, kept it for months, and then buried it 30 miles away. They know there was a t-shirt in the backpack that didn't belong to Asha. These facts point to one conclusion. Someone else was involved. Whether Asha knew this person or not, whether she went willingly or not, someone else is responsible for what happened after she reached that shed. The question is who? In 2024, the FBI and Cleveland County Sheriff's Office announced they were renewing efforts on the case. New investigators are reviewing all the evidence with fresh eyes. Advances in DNA technology mean evidence from the backpack can be tested in ways that weren't possible in 2001. The t-shirt found in the backpack is being retested. If there's any DNA on it, any trace evidence, it could lead to a suspect. Police have also renewed their appeals to the public. They believe someone knows something. Maybe someone who was afraid to come forward 20 years ago. Maybe someone who was protecting someone else. Maybe someone who didn't realize what they knew was important. They've specifically asked for information about the t-shirt. The shirt with the photo on it. Someone made that shirt. Someone owned it. Someone gave it to Asha or placed it in her backpack. Asha's parents, Harold and Aquila, are still in Shelby. Still in the same house Asha left on February 14, 2000. They've kept her room exactly as it was. Her bed. Her belongings. Waiting for her to come home. Every year on Asha's birthday, February 5th, they hold a vigil. The community comes together. They light candles. They pray. They remember a little girl who walked into a storm and never came back. Asha would be 34 years old now. If she's alive, she would be an adult. She might have children of her own. She might not remember who she was or where she came from. Or she might not be alive. That's the reality investigators and her family have to face. 24 years is a long time. The chances of finding Asha alive decrease with every year that passes. But without a body, without conclusive evidence, there's always hope. And Harold and Aquila Degree refuse to give up hope. The case of Asha Degree remains one of the most baffling missing person cases in American history. Every detail raises more questions than answers. Why did a 9-year-old girl who was afraid of the dark and afraid of storms walk out into the worst storm of the year in the middle of the night? Who was she meeting, or what was she looking for? Why did she run from the people who tried to help her? What happened at that shed? Who buried her backpack 18 months later? Whose t-shirt was in the backpack? And where is Asha Degree? If you have any information about this case, contact the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office or the FBI. Even the smallest detail, something you think might not matter, could be the piece that solves this. Because someone out there knows what happened. Someone saw something. Someone did something. And after 24 years, it's time for the truth. Every storm eventually ends. But whatever happened to Asha Degree that night did not. She walked into a storm at 3 in the morning. The storm passed. But Asha never came home.